Hello, my friends. We are live. Let me get you guys up and running here. We're getting to the end of the first wash here, right after decapping. We're just washing this brass enough for the sizing process, and that was with hot water and Dawn dish soap only. I'll make sure we're alive here. Get the chat board up. Looks like we already got two rolling in. Cam 413 just rolls in. Says hello everyone. So let me shut this off so you guys can actually hear what the heck I'm saying. So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes here for some other people to log in. Looks like we're already up to 4 people. And I am officially off for 3 weeks for Wisconsin lockdown and my own safety. Some of you guys might know that I went through my own bout of cancer here, and I am not officially in remission. So theoretically, I still have cancer. I went through a round of chondrosarcoma cancer. I had a tumor on my spinal cord, on my C6 and C7 spinal cord, on my spinal column. I had a tumor on my spinal column about the size of a woman's fist, and it was, man, I tell you, to go through cancer, it's a life-altering event, you know, and it's something where, you know, you kind of dread going into work and swiping that badge, and once you go through something like that, you know, roughly 6 to 8 months of pure hell, driving 2 hours to the hospital, 2 hours back, you know, over what, I think 31 trips in a matter of 6 months, 41 proton treatments, 2 surgeries. I mean, it was hell, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, but being that I have pre-existing conditions, I really need to be careful here with this whole, you know, COVID BS going through our nation and the world in general. And, you know, I'm dealing with it today, but enough of that sob story. We are getting back on the live track here with reloading for this 6.5 Grendel. And if you guys missed the live event yesterday, let me get you up close and personal here. I'll move this tripod. So if you guys missed the live event yesterday, we did decapping using the FW Arms decapper. And we decapped that brass, pop out the primers in order to allow my cleaner here more available chance to clean the primer pockets, and also so we can get an accurate reading with our bump gauges here. And you want to pop out those primers right away, because sometimes those primers have cratered primers and you're not going to get an accurate reading using your bump gauges unless you do so. And also when you size the brass, it makes more consistent bumps on your brass, and that's why we do it. So if you did miss this yesterday, you can go back, watch this live event, and you can watch me decapping that brass and putting in this Arsenal, Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler. And I'm about to take it out, and we're going to rinse that off, and we're going to use the Lyman Cyclone case dryer here. And it's an amazing product, and I highly suggest getting the Lyman Cyclone case dryer. Yes, it is just a glorified dehydrator, but it's got an ultra small footprint. I mean, the footprint on this case dryer, if I can find my tape measure, where the heck is it? Maybe I can't find it. Well, maybe, whatever. We're live. At least you know we're live. These trays are about a foot by 14 inches, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total trays. And you can put an insane amount of brass in this. You know, you can usually put about 100 pieces of 223 in one tray. So you can easily put 500 pieces of 223 in here without, you know, without any issue. And, you know, usually about 100 pieces of brass, I could set this at a little over an hour and it's dried just like that. And obviously there's other numerous ways of drying brass. And, you know, I've tried them, damn near tried them all, I'm sure, in regards to wet tumbling. I used to use this, and I think I got this from a thrift store for, I think it was like 20 bucks, and it's just a toaster oven. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't work that great. It doesn't move that air. Yeah, it gets hot in there, but it doesn't move the air, and it doesn't dry the brass that quick. And it's almost like you got to get the brass way too hot to dry it. And it's really hard to beat that Lyman Cyclone case dryer. You know, you can usually get that for, I think off the top of my head, roughly 50, 60 bucks. Matter of fact, once this live event is over with, I'll put a link in the description box below. Once I can put the description info in there, make it easy for you guys if you're interested in this product off of Amazon. And I am an Amazon affiliate, so just be crystal clear. If you do click on that link, I do get somewhat of affiliate kickback, a couple bucks, but it definitely helps my channel, so keep that in mind. So yeah, I'm going to pretty much take you through the entire process of reloading for the 6.5 Grendel live. And being that I have 3 weeks off, what the hell, I figured I'd have you guys join me. And that's where we're at. So if you guys missed that, definitely go back to the first part here that we did yesterday live if you are just joining in. So let me read some of your comments here. We got Vanessa Kitty in the house. He's saying hi. Harold Farmer, I had chemo for a year, made it through it, and stay strong. And man, I tell you, cancer, this COVID-19 has nothing on people that have been through cancer, especially the people that love those that have been through cancer. They go through it with that person. It's almost worse. They literally witness someone go through such a fight. So if you are currently going through something like that and you feel like you need someone to talk to, definitely jump on my Facebook page and send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. So we got G23 in the house. Vanessa Kitty race treatments back in 1997. I had to travel 110 miles one way for them. Gosh, it's really difficult, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. But hey, look at the bright side. It's 1997. We're 2020 now, so that is awesome and good for you. So we got about 12 people watching right now, and this is gonna be a really quick video because in essence all we're doing is we're gonna take this brass out of the Frankfurt Arsenal. I'm gonna show you how I use a hammock method using a towel, and then we're gonna throw it in the Lyman the Lyman Cyclone case dryer, and we're gonna let that dry for roughly a little over an hour. And then once that's dry, most likely tomorrow, we're going to start back up with this live event. So obviously I'm going to have to break this up while we're washing brass and we're letting brass dry. So we're pretty much in the second part here, and we're going to take this brass out of the wet tumblers here. So we got Shooter 59 rolling in. It's in good even. Sitting here loading up some 9mm now, and that's awesome. And gosh, what a wonderful way to spend when you're locked in your house. You know, everyone's searching for things to do, and if you're a reloader, you got it made in the shade. You just go down your reloading room and start reloading. So we got Lead Mining 44 just rolling in, clanking some beer bottles there. So let's go on here. I guess before I show you this, there are other methods that people use for drying brass when it comes to wet tumbling, and you can actually put brass in an oven. And I've heard of people doing that. I've personally never done it, but they'll put a hand towel on a cookie sheet, and you gotta be careful with that, being that you're putting it in an oven, but they'll put it at 200 degrees or less, and they'll usually put it in there for 20 to 30 minutes. And it's fine and all. Everyone's got a different method to their madness, but man, I highly recommend just spending the extra money and getting a dehydrator, and especially if you want to get something that's a really small footprint, something like this Lyman Cyclone case dryer. Not only does it have a small footprint, you know, the 5 trays, but there's a hole in the middle of these trays. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get you up closer here so you can get a better idea what this thing looks like. So let me remove some of these trays. So what's nice is the heating element is at the bottom. It's not sitting on the top of the dehydrator. It's on the bottom. Obviously, heat wants to rise, so that's the best spot to put the heating element. And there's actually holes here where the hot air cycles, and there's like a convection method that rolls through this Lyman Cyclone case dryer. And there's also a water trough down here. So if your brass is ultra wet, it's literally dripping with water, this will catch the water, so that's really nice. And the big thing is the fact that it has a timer on it, and that's huge. You're going to want, if you don't get this and you get a different, just a standard dehydrator, you're definitely going to want to make sure that it has a timer on it, something you can, you know, set it and, you know, walk away type of thing. And like I said before, the small footprint, and you can see in my reloading room, it doesn't suck up a huge amount of space. That's where this Lyman Cyclone case dryer really shines. And you can see this heating element, obviously the hot air wants to rise, and it flows right through this hole right here. And it flows up and does a convection thing. And these trays are ultra small, and it has a really small footprint. And that's where this Lyman Cyclone case dryer really shines. And like I said, I will have a link in the description box below once this video is done and uploaded, and I can put an official thumbnail on this live event. I'll make sure that video description's in there with that link for you guys. So Shooter 59's rolling in the house. He's saying Texas sun works well too. You darn straight. Why use electricity? And that's awesome. So yeah, let's get going on this, and I'm going to show you my quick hammock method. And there's also another method that you can use with brake cleaner if you're in an absolute crunch and you need to dry that brass as fast as possible. And before I go through this, you can actually use pure alcohol. I know some guys that will actually distill alcohol, and they will get a bucket that has a removable tray in it, and they will literally submerge that brass in pure alcohol. You know, and they pull it out and let it air dry, and it's dry really quick. And obviously the more times you do that, the more that pure alcohol is going to get diluted, and they'll redistill it. Me personally, I think it's just a lot of screwing around. I'd rather have a dehydrator. And like I said, I've used damn near every method for drying brass as for wet tumbling. And dehydrator is just the way to go. It really is. You know, it's dry within the hour. And I suggest doing that. So, but if you're in an absolute pinch, maybe you only have like 10 pieces of brass you need to dry off. You can use brake cleaner, and make sure it's non-chlorinated. And the reason why you want it to be non-chlorinated, and I gotta plug in my phone here before it dies. Give me a second. The reason why you want to use non-chlorinated, because some of that brake cleaner has chlorine in it. It's obviously not good for your brass. You can get this really cheap. And this is an essential thing to have in your reloading room, non-chlorinated brake cleaner. Not only for cleaning dies, just general cleaning. Matter of fact, if I mark up my reloading bench, somehow it gets marked up. I tell you, that's another thing. If you're about to build your reloading room is build your reloading bench out of kitchen countertop. And I've mentioned this before in my videos. You know, you get, this is black magic marker, permanent marker here. You know, if you get, you never do that on a wood top, that especially polyurethane. I'll let that dry for a little bit. You know, you can just put brake cleaner on this and it's gone. And that's why I recommend kitchen countertop if you're about to build your reloading bench. And then brake cleaner is just a very versatile product to have in the reloading room. So other than that, that's about it. So let's get this brass out of the water here, and I'll move you over to the slop sink here so you guys can see what the heck is going on. So we're going to remove this off the tumbler. And like I said in yesterday's video, I don't use stainless steel pins, but we still need to separate this brass from the water. And all I do is I get a $2 popcorn bowl I got at Walmart and a $2 strainer. I actually drilled some extra holes in it, so when I was using media, the media could get out of the strainer quicker. But yeah, that's something simple like that. $4, that's really all you need. And you're just gonna dump this in here. And you're going to want to rinse this off with hot water. Obviously, hot water evaporates quicker, so we're going to get some hot water coming out of our tap. And this is the nice part about not using media. Holy smokes. Now, keep in mind that this is the first round of cleaning without Lemmy Shine. This is just getting the brass clean enough for the sizing process. It's not until the second round of cleaning after we size, we want to get the lube off the brass, that we're going to use both Dawn and Lemmy Shine. But this is just the first round of cleaning. Go back to that video, watch it if you missed it. We just used Dawn on this first one. You can see this brass is not that clean. It's not until the second round we use Dawn and Lemmy Shine that this brass is really going to sparkle. So we're just going to get the vast majority of these soapy suds off this brass. And then I'm going to back you guys up so you can see what's going on here. All right, so I am going to grab my towel here, and we're going to lay that on the floor. We're going to do what's called, at least what I call, the hammock method. And we're just going to get the excess amount of water off the brass. And you're literally just going to dump this right on the towel. And this is where, if you're in a pinch and you really want to dry off, where did my brake cleaner go? If you're really in a pinch, you can actually douse this down with brake cleaner and do the hammock method. That'll dry it even quicker, but being that I'm using a dehydrator, it's not necessary. So we're just going to do the hammock method here. Just going to get the excess amount of water off the brass. All right. So using that hot water and using the hammock method, I won't say these are perfectly dry, especially inside the case body and the primer pockets, but they're already pretty darn dry, at least the outside of the body. So really, we're only going to need about 2 trays. We're really could get away with just one, but I'm going to use 2 just because I can. So you can see I could easily load up another tray with just 1 tray alone, easily do all that. But being that I got more trays, why not use it? So let me get you guys back in the picture here. So it comes with 5 total trays. We're not going to use them all. And for something like this, 50 pieces, a little over an hour is all you need. If you load it all the way up, you might obviously want to go 2 or 3 hours. But I'm going to set it right about there, a little over an hour. And that's it. It really is that simple, my friends. Yeah, so this will just be a quick little video here as I take you through the entire reloading process, start to finish, in little live video segments. So like I said, if you're just joining us, go back to my video playlist. Yesterday we did the other live event where we just decapped the brass using the FW Arms decapper, and we got it in the first initial stage of washing, just enough to resize the brass. So let me read some of your comments here. Jer Bear Tactical is rolling and saying, "Hi Todd, how you doing, my friend?" Shooter 59, you should pick up the screens for that tumbler on Amazon. It makes it a lot easier for me. And that's a good suggestion. I really appreciate that. Other than that, this is just a quick little video, and the next live event that you're going to see is once that brass is dry, we are going to anneal it. And the last live event that I did, which was right here, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos ago, we annealed brass using the do-it-yourself annealer. Let me show that to you guys. So we use my do-it-yourself annealer that you can make for roughly about $100, and in that video I got in the description box I have a parts list of how to make it. But in the next part we are going to use the annealese with a hopper, and I think some of you guys are really going to enjoy that. And I actually have a digital add-on readout display that I added onto this. The newer annealese actually have the digital readout built into it. I actually added that, and I actually have a video showing you how to add that if you have the older style annealese machines, and it really does help, especially if you're doing the glow method. So that will be in the next part, which should most likely be done tomorrow. So probably tomorrow around, I don't know, I'm guessing somewhere around 6 o'clock tomorrow I'll probably do that. So that's why it's really important to hit that notification bell so you get that notification the second we go live, so you guys don't miss that. Also, check out my other B-side channel, Elfster's Minute Americans. Eventually all this live situation and podcasting is going to become Elfster's Minute Americans once I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm only at 143 subscribers. Once I hit 1,000, that is going to go live, and it's going to be awesome, trust me, but I need your help to hit that goal. So yeah, other than that, stay tuned for the next live event, most likely tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit that notification bell. Become a Patreon. It helps out more than you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video.